taking its shape.
You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up, didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more. No, or an Austin bar is raised. If you know me, know I can bar for days. Nothing to prove because I've done enough.
Where the Gator Bowl once stood, now stands this facility. Everbank Field, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Ball teed up, Logan Cook after the kick. And we're off from Jacksonville. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Play fake, Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. 2nd and 10 now. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Lamar now from the gun. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Jackson now on 3rd. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They left him wide open. It's complete. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Brian Thomas Jr. the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Cook to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pistol snap to Jackson. Into the hands of Likely. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Stopped by Foye Oluoku. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the gun, Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
3rd and long for him here. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Here's Jordan Stouts coming on again to punt. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Jaguars football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. First time this game they've looked to him. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Throw left side, caught by Douglas. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. They'll try it left with ETN. Down the sideline to the 45. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Dumped off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. Lawrence working from the gun. He's on the move. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now it's 2nd down. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll go down at... Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at 2nd and 3. They go play fake with Jackson. Buying some time right. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out. Because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He puts some air under it deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Only one on the carry, so that's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 3. Henry. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Ravens start to fight back with their first points of this game. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he's touched as they pick up that first down on fourth.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision. One, they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
1st and 10. It's Lawrence. That's Thomas. He's got it. And this one does not go far.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Completed over the middle. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And they get to him on 4th down. It's a sack and a turnover on down.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
On 1st down, Jackson. Cut by the open man. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On 1st down, they'll run. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. The linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Lamar now from the gun. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens get some late points in the lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff is going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 14. at the 26-yard line.
Trying again following the sack. That's taken in by Etienne. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
This is brought in at the 15. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take the lead just before halftime. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars push their lead to 3. On now is Cook to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30.
The Ravens take over first down here at their own 26-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. They're looking to throw. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now give, it's Etienne headed left. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Travis Jones, the man in on that tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. He's got it at the 24. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Ravens will go on offense. Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
They send the tight end in motion. Second and 6 now. Complete Derrick Henry. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Darnell Savage brings that to an end.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
He has the first over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Lamar off the play fake. He rolls to his right. Dump off to his fullback. And he's brought down for a loss. The rookie from Miami, they're on a stop. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Lamar throwing again. On the move, headed right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Jackson now on third. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down. It took a great defensive effort to do it. You know, we get on that field in pregame, and these kickers make it look so easy. But in real action, it's a totally different animal. That was definitely online. Just didn't quite get all of it. It's going to wind up just a few feet short.
Down the sideline inside the 40. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars keep their drive alive and reach Pater one play later. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars make it a 10-point ball game. On now is Cook to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. First down. Here's Lamar. Finds a seam down the middle. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Here's Henry on the option. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Third and long for him here. Cut out left. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Ravens calling on Justin Tucker for the field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Tucker's kick is up and good.
Here in the third quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
30-yard line.
Lawrence working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
He'll get this one to Brown. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Saw that screen coming, and there for the interception. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he makes the Huffs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now a give to ETN running right. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
With the score,
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now it's Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
the loss of the yard.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Forced out to it, and they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Jacksonville in punt formation. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Play action now with Jackson. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. 1st down. Henry running to the left. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They kick the running back in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. Completed to his running back. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a fourth-quarter lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
24. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lawrence looking to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. A lot of grass ahead. And the Ravens get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
They'll send him over right. Gonna start things off with a sweep. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets in several yards on that play.
Oh, they can run the option to the short side. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line knowing the run was coming. And boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Ravens leading by 7. The Jags bringing out the dime look. 3rd down. Out of the gun, Henry. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
The Jaguars are going to call their first time out, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Justin Tucker out for the field goal. A lot of pressure hovering over this kick. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Bullock's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lawrence now off the play action. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
He'll get this to Etienne. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Roquan Smith with...
Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Your spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, hey. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, hey. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Grandma was in A, auntie was in A, mama had AAA. I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride a shoddy while bro had to get away. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20-some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town, but I'm not on the getaway. I spin a giveaway. You mean I'm the generous king for real? The sleep, then I light up the street, got screaming like Billie Jean for real. I'm from the M, I got M's in the bank and M's in all my streams.